Welcome to EMscan Lab. Today we'll be looking at testing for shielding effectiveness. So we have an LED lighting control board here, and this is set up on the EMxpert EHX system. We're using the Keysight EXA analyzer as part of this system. Everything's set up, so we'll start the testing. So you can see that the device is on and powered. You can actually see the LED lights flashing in the background. What we're going to start with is a spectral scan to identify some of the frequencies that this board is generating. Create a spectral scan. We'll test between 10 and 50 megahertz. We'll run this with 10 kilohertz resolution bandwidth, and we'll select some probes randomly around the board. And you can see we've already imported an overlay that was generated with a JPEG of this board. So we'll run the test, and we'll identify the frequencies that are coming out of this board very quickly. And here you can identify a lot of harmonics, probably related to a clock signal. Some of these have been peak marked, and we'll use those for further testing. One of the key ones here is at 29.56 megahertz. So we'll key on this frequency and do a spatial test. Creating a spatial node and selecting that 29.56 megahertz signal. We'll keep it at 10 kilohertz resolution bandwidth. And now we'll select spatial probes that cover the entire board. We'll run this scan once so that we see the emissions at this frequency. And we can see there's definitely a hotspot in this board. You can identify the location of that hotspot to a specific component, probably related to one of the power control circuits. What we'll do now is actually turn over the board and put the shielding back on. So this first test was done without the shielding. I'll now put the shielding on. And what I'll do is actually change the scale so that we can immediately see the impact that the shielding has. Right now the peak signal is at about 10.5 dB microvolts. You do a spatial scan with the shield on and essentially pick up no emissions. You can see that the signal level has dropped by about 17 dB. So this shielding is actually very effective. We'll close this up and we'll actually do a second spectral scan with this shield on. You can also see not just that key frequency at 29.5 megahertz has disappeared, but all of the harmonics are gone from this. So this shielding is actually effective at all the frequencies that we tested at. So that's a quick demonstration of how to test for shielding effectiveness. Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions or comments, please post them here and join us again. Thank you.